Alright, how you guys doing? Just drug this thing out of the hole over there. Yeah. And it had a brother or sister that had fiberglass boxes on it. This is an International 58. Bought this at an auction a couple years ago, hoping to do corn someday. Used the skid steer to drag it out. Got the TR-70 home. That's my dad's car. Can't sell it for 6 months. Yay, it's a yard ornament. But I have all unbroken lids and uncracked pots. I actually have an extra set of lids, but some of them are cracked. But I'm almost thinking I'm going to try to plant corn. I pulled it out just to get that area cleaned up. And really, I got rid of that other planter, the one with the fiberglass boxes, the 56, and it had disc openers. This one's got this shoe type. And I think that the disc openers are the ones that I want. So I pulled it out to clean up the area and switch out these openers. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. I'm going to try to plant corn with it, I think. Depending on how the week goes, my tractor hauler guy is off of vacation. So I can get him to haul my tricycle. And I did miss the last week of nice weather. But I'm getting another week, and I think that I can get it done. But this thing, I mean, that fiberglass one, the fertilizer boxes were shot. Even though they were fiberglass, the insides, the metal parts inside were junk. Check this thing out. Oh no, we don't have any light. There we go. There's some sweet corn bags and some trash we picked out of the garden after I tilled it up. There's the bar that holds it up. Probably should have kept the rolls out of the other planter. But look at this thing. This is steel, and it's not all rotted out. And that was the main reason why I bought this one. Both boxes are just in great shape, and maybe this is like some kind of, oil somebody put in there at some point to preserve them. But even sitting over in the weeds, it hasn't deteriorated any. It planted sweet corn fine for us. And I don't see why it wouldn't plant field corn. I do have a manual I'm going to have to read on where to place the chain for population. I'm getting a little excited. I pulled it out and I thought, that's why I bought it. I might as well go ahead and try. It's only like May 18th. I don't think I'd be late for corn getting into, before June, right? But yeah, I'm looking, and it's set all the way in. Right now, I've measured it previously, not today, but when I planted sweet corn, it was on 30s. The head I'm getting off Jacob, yes, I still haven't went and got it, for the TR-70, is a 38, because Jacob likes the wide rows. I really want to do 30s eventually, but I've only got 10 acres this year for grain. I've got a bunch of hay property, so I'm sure I wouldn't lose money on the corn versus beans, which I already know how to do. But if I do, then I would at least have the supplemental hay property that I picked up to still make ends meet, I guess, or keep it profitable. I mean, I've got a good job, but if I'm not making money doing this, then it's doing nothing but taking time away from my family and my personal life for just a hobby, and I don't consider what I do a hobby. So the only thing I don't like, and you guys can tell me if you know, one of the planter wheels is backwards compared to the rest. See the tread? Now I don't know if that one's right or that one's right. So I've either got one correct one and 3 ones that are wrong, or 3 correct ones and 1 that's wrong. But yeah, let me know if that even makes a difference. I don't know. The other planter I just sold, it had all different kind of mix matched. Like one of them was metal, didn't even have a tire on it. Didn't look like it was the kind that took a tire. The other one was a shoe planter. This one is a double disc opener, and they all turn. And they're not super loose. But even the fertilizer is double disc too, and I may use that if that box is in good working order. Why not? And do that 2x2, they call it. I always called it like a 4-square fertilizer. That's what I heard it called. Just 4 square inches apart. But yeah, so I just figured I'd chime in on this little International 58 I picked up at an auction, like I said, a few years ago, and maybe I'll try to use it after I get the disking done. We'll see. It might, you know, the ground just might not be right, and I might want to put beans in, because you can just throw beans at bare dirt and they'll grow. And I don't know about corn, and I hear that corn is a lot more sensitive to cold temperatures. Don't think I'm going to run into that. I know it's a lot more sensitive to wet soils. I may run into that. Beans, like I said, I know what I can do with beans. I literally planted beans when it was disking up mud with the openers, and I still had a good crop that year. So, for my standards, you know, for me, if I'm hitting 40 bushel, I'm doing good. Last year, off of the 28 acres of soybeans, I had 50.3 bushels to the acre, and that was a world record for me. But yeah, I shaved all my hair off about that time. Already got some sun on it from the weekend that I had. Sold a couple trucks. Sold that tan one with the broken frame. Sold the black one, maybe you guys saw in the background. Not my dually. I had a 97 2500 4-wheel drive. It was just like that silver one, but it was 3/4 ton that had gotten stolen a few years ago, and they busted the transmission and got stuck on like some kind of a boulder. I've never had anything stolen from me before, but that was pretty rough. So yeah, I know I say yeah a lot. I know I haven't been posting. You guys know from my previous videos I've just had a lot going on. Doesn't mean that I'm not still interested. I still watch YouTube. And I still read comments, obviously, and I thank you guys. And think how, you know, anybody that watches me, that I know there are farmers that watch me. You know, think about how you guys' season's going so far. And I still want to go and get that 6-row cyclo that a guy had offered to give me. I know another person said they had a small screen for my feed grinder that they wanted to give me. I'm going to have to read through the comments and find their contact information. It's just been a rough one. So if you watch to the end, I appreciate it. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. You can come on back for more, and maybe we'll plant some corn. Maybe we'll just plant beans, but I really want to plant some corn, and I hope you guys are there for it. Thanks.